And we are going on. It is Unlikely Role Models, Season 2, Episode 27. In total, we've been doing this for a minute, bro. We're I don't know, over the year mark by at least a month or two.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but then it also feels like it's been 5 years.
It does help. Oh, Sarah's hopping in already. What's up, Sarah? How are you? And Christina is hopping in here with what is here? Is my cup the member of yes? Because
you mean is my cup? It was member of the cast.
Well, we got a hell of a show for you guys. We've got a bunch of cool stuff to cover. We've got a very special guest and our normal shenanigans. So we'll just get right into the opening here. It is my birthday week. I love this time of year. Every year. My birthday is on the 10th. It is on a Friday this year, which pretty much means that I'm not going to remember as much of my birthday as I probably want to. But that leads right into what we do for your birthday. So last year was an exception. It was a weird year. It was, I want to say, we went out on a day that wasn't near my birthday, like a Saturday. It was.
I don't even think I went to that one.
You didn't. It was a Banana Rams. Even it was literally
that's
right. But there was a bunch of stuff going on.
Do all that stuff after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm usually sleeping by then.
I mean, I'm an adult. We've got kids before that. I've got work before that. At least on Fridays.
Is that the OG Stanley?
Yes. It's not OG. It's Basic B Stanley that every Basic B has right now. But I'm not calling Christina that.
What's up, Sean?
And yeah, Sean hopping in. I saw. So funny story about Sean. I was at a Walmart and I hear, "Hey, is that the Horty or Menards maybe?" And I'm like looking around, and then I see Sean. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" or whatever. and Tasha's like, "Does he know you?" I was like, "That's probably our number one fan on the podcast right there." It was pretty funny,
right?
Oh man,
you didn't tell me you ran into him.
And it just happened. Gosh, it was just this last weekend. So it was. We were at Menards because okay. So I may or may not have drank this last week, okay?
Okay.
I may not have leaned my giant fat ass back in that chair over there, and I may or may not have broke the back on the chair. It ended up on the floor, so I go buy some bolts to I have big fender washers, and I just bolted right through there to put that together.
Not stupid if it works.
That's right. It worked. And I mean, it really doesn't affect how you sit in it. I'm not going to complain. So my birthday parties were usually big every year. I've been doing this since I was like 31. I've had big parties every year. So we're going on year 6.
I think the last one I went to was the White Trash Bash.
No. You went, did you go to the Richards and Karen's one?
No.
It was no, because I know Garrison did.
Wait, yeah, I did because it was at the upper deck.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So that would have been the last one.
Okay.
Why is Shaylin is just in here?
She's tagging people, I believe.
Oh, okay, that would make sense if that's what was happening. Anyhow, I would sit here and click on everything. I'm not gonna do that. Go ahead.
I already know your theme this year.
Yeah, it's Yellowstone,
and I just don't know how I feel about it.
Why? Okay. So
White Trash Bash was a lot of fun.
White Trash Bash.
Karen Richards. That's
you cannot beat White Trash Bash for except for 80s or 90s. Can't beat White Trash Bash. However, I unapologetically love Yellowstone, and I hate myself for it. So
I get that, but you're gonna get.
Christina saying, I don't know if I'm ready for next Friday. Why not Sons of Anarchy? But it is Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, it's just a cowboy version of Sons of Anarchy.
It's Sons of Anarchy on horses. You know what?
And that's why, everyone wants me to watch it. I've never watched it.
Oh,
don't get me wrong. I believe it's probably going to be good, but I know myself. I loved Sons of Anarchy until I got bored. Until I just, okay, well, that's, the next gang, the next group, the next thing. I just know that I will like it until I don't.
So Shaylin's in here, overrated. Listen, Shaylin, you just don't like it because your husband loves it. Okay, so it's just because it takes his attention away from you is the reason you don't. Anyhow, before we dive any further into this, I know he's just in the wings, chomping at the bit to get in here. You want to bring in our special guest?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so for the man that needs no introduction, we're going to go ahead and introduce him. This is Mr. Neverturnitoff, Mr. Here's Your Sign, Mr. Wedding Crasher himself, the American role model, the self-titled original Booze Cruise, Mr. Joe Cruz. Let's give him an applause, everybody. Right in here.
How we doing, everyone?
I know. He's in here. This guy's got more bass in his voice than an 808 drum. Yeah, we'll tone you down.
It's true. I think I made myself go deaf because of it too. My wife's always telling me I'm never hearing her talk, but it might just be a husband.
I think we all have that.
Yeah, I must have a deep voice too then.
I know for sure I don't, unless I have to answer an initial phone call. If something from, I go from no, hey, this is my shit. Whole changes. So, Joe, let's just kind of run through some stuff and give you a rendition here and what's really great about you, and then we'll kind of go through our other stuff. So you are local to Nebraska.
The good list and then the bad list. Is that what you're setting me up for?
Yeah. That's exactly what we're gonna.
Our pros and cons.
We're gonna talk about all the good things, and then we're gonna rip you apart for the rest of the episode.
Okay, excellent. Well, just sandwich it back with another good thing at the end, and it should be all right.
That's right. That's what they teach you in management classes, right?
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself, about kind of what you got going on your day to day, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Well, as you said, my name is Joe Cruz. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska. I work at a shirt and sign shop called Here's Your Sign. It's going to be changing its name very soon, though, to Perch Merch. So, keep an eye out for that. I'm also a local wedding DJ. Run my own Joe Cruz DJ service. Very fancy name. But yeah, the tagline's Never Turn It Off. And everyone always thinks it's about the music. But no, you never turn it off. It's in here. And then I also do some side gigs as my
we got Joe hopping in here saying,
"Oh, Horodchek, what? I already paid him back. He doesn't know what he's talking about." Yeah, that's my dynamic duo partner right there. My partner in crime, Joe, over at Little Mountain, best friend. We also try to do our own Joe on Joe action podcast wise. But yeah, my alter ego is the American model on Instagram.
What was it?
What's that?
The podcast you guys what did you name it this last week? It was No
the
Heights
new lows.
or New Lows. Yeah, instead the
New Heights for the
Kelsey
Kelsey
podcast
brothers,
is
yeah.
New Heights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we took a hit. I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, so nothing like losing a Super Bowl.
I can only say I'm sorry as two diehard Chiefs fans over here. That all I can say is we're sorry. # not sorry at all. So
that's the real reason why I had on here, just to rub it in my face one more time.
So it wasn't, but I'm not gonna completely lie and say that like I didn't take a little bit of joy in your video as you're like popping all the balloons by your knee and everything. The video that got me out of all of them that
oh, good. Yeah, the balloons did help. I did feel relief after that. So the kids weren't too happy. They wanted to keep playing with those balloons the rest of the week, but what can you do?
So he had right by his TV, he had this huge balloon tower of like gold and white balloons or something. And you can see in the video right as Super Bowl is like it's out of his hands. Just going everywhere is great.
Yeah. Felt good.
Didn't rip your TV off the wall and stamp on.
No, but I had
everything.
About 17 people.
Like I've been mad.
Yeah, so
we had like 17 people send me that
we had a Super Bowl party here. Oh, for that guy rips the wall and steps on it and everything. Like, why would you throw hundreds of dollars?
Why would you break your TV in a rage?
You'd think that they were Cowboys fans or something.
Yeah, just Cowboys fans. Ask them about it. The Bills will wreck a folding table, and the Cowboys will wreck TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know anything about that, though.
I know. I'm not. Maybe are you saying I'm a closet Bills fan because I broke a TV? You know what?
I'm just saying Eagles fans aren't the only ones who've broken a TV.
I agree. We had some Eagle here at party. It was a nice little mixed crew, and the whole time I was like, I've got plenty of oil in there. We can go slick up this light pole out here, and I'll cover this thing in oil if you guys need to try to get some of this angst down or whatever. But it was a great win. It was a good win.
My street lights were okay. They were safe. Yeah.
There you go.
Only damage the balloons.
So, along with your doing weddings and a sign shop, you also do some events for local businesses and stuff like that too. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. In fact, I think that's kind of how we found each other. I do a lot of work for Kincaidor. And the Sideshow Spirits. I used to do, it started with Boombox, owned by Kincaidor, and I saw an ad for some karaoke needed. I reached out and they said, we already got it filled, but we do have bingo nights that need to be covered. And I said, that sounds even better. I'm the best bingo caller you've ever seen. Never called bingo before, but how hard could it be? And that kind of got me in the Kincaidor family, and I love it there. And it's some of the best beer I've ever had. And we like to have a good time. And there's going to be some new news coming out for that, but I'm going to keep that hush hush until it's ready to be shared.
I see how it is. Okay.
With some Sideshow Spirit stuff. Anyway, go on.
There you go. So they just got done revamping their whole place too, because they cleared out all the boombox stuff and they revamped that other side and everything. We went and got to do a private tour with I can't think of his name, not him, but the actual manager of Sideshow walked us through. We went up there one day in like the middle of the day, and I'm just like, hey Cody, I just happened to be in Lincoln and stuff like that. Could I go and check out Sideshow? And he's like, oh yeah, absolutely. And he calls his dude up, and we came over and like half of them weren't even at work yet, and he, like walked us around the whole thing, and then that was right before they had done the switch for Sideshow, for Boombox. So all the Boombox stuff was there, and we got to go through the Pepsi machine and door and all that stuff, and do some of that cool stuff. So,
did he have the secret door that starts the tour yet? Like the art gallery room?
Yeah, that I was talking about. Yeah, that it's like the Pepsi door on one side or whatever is what it used to be. And
no. You got to go check it out again. They added something new, something different.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, I'll definitely have to. Hold on, I'll run through some of these comments. So,
the bingo at the nursing home was cut through.
At the home, that seems so that can you imagine popping off with like a cane, just beating somebody down with like a cane or a walker,
someone around the neck, attached to their little chair, and just drags them off
out with their oxygen lines or something. Let's see. Brian's hopping in here saying, "What's up, brother?" Nathan's hopping in here. Not much. How about you? And then Shaylin says, "Paige Chris can back me up on the drama in the nursing home bingo." There we go. Nursing home bingo seems like that could be like a full contact sport. Right, old people get fired up about some bingo.
We'll have to just like do a special.
I've heard some horror stories. Dead quiet.
Oh yeah, I'm sure yours are just popping the walls.
Mine are fun. We got some good tunes going. There's a little trivia throughout too. You might be able to hear some weird ass stories from my life, but
so
no, like I know at the nursing home, like do you get like an extra cup of Metamucil or something?
Yeah, so when they win at the nursing home.
What are they so competitive for? Like, what are they trying to win? Like a
kidding? That's all they got.
You get
jeez, extra cigarette breaks. So when you host them, you don't host regular bingo nights, right? You do blackout bingo and all kinds of crazy jazz, right? Just to like do something different.
It's mostly regular bingo. But yeah, they've had me do 2 back-to-back blackout bingos, black light bingos, where they literally put black lights all through Kincaider, Lincoln, and Omaha. And I helped promote it too, and taught some people. We used to do this in college, but we'd have blacklight parties, and you just take sharp or highlighter markers, and you draw over your face. You can write your friends' names and stuff on your body, and it glows like it works in the blacklight. I don't know why. Not a scientist.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, it's a blast. So we showed them how to do that, and then people showed up, colorful and ready to party, and yeah, it was pretty neat. Put a special.
There you go. I've done some activities and
music together for that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've done some activities in black lights where things glowed. It wasn't bingo.
When you hear black light, you hear bingo.
Yeah. That it is 100% bingo is what I think of. Absolutely, that in the color and posters, black felt posters from back in the day. That's another one too. I think we should bring back black lights. I think that's. I mean, I guess there is like a renaissance of that. Like everybody has, like obviously we have them right behind us. Everybody has like LED strips in their rooms and stuff like that. Like we do an activity here in the garage. Like I have a full dart setup and stuff like that, and we do an activity where we like cut all the lights and we just have like the LEDs go into music and stuff, and we throw darts. We just call it like cosmic darts or whatever, but it's a good time, especially when you're like 4 or 5 sheets to the wind trying to hit a dartboard with all these lights flashing.
Epilepsy darts.
Oh man, it's realistically after about so many beers and whatever, it's like an Olympic event trying to hit that damn dartboard.
Oh my god!
Speaking of one, should we crack one open?
Yeah, let's get in. You want to first beer? Let's go with the Irish first. Let's go. this first beer that we're going to be cracking open, and Joe went out and purchased the same set that we're running through. So the first beer we're going to be drinking is from Boulevard Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri. It's an Irish ale. It's it's a red ale.
Get an opener.
I didn't grab the damn opener.
You know what? Use like your belly button or something.
We're not doing that, but we will do this. Nope, we're not doing
that. As a wedding DJ,
it just goes right.
You have to perk as a wedding DJs. I always get the gift. So I got a key, thanks to my buddy Austin Mickey.
I'll get it. Keep him talking.
Can I start drinking this, or I gotta wait for him?
I always fail at one thing.
We do. I'll take a little bit of accountability, but not all of it. I refuse.
No, it's just me.
So, Josh, are you a connoisseur of the beers and such? What's the word I'm looking for, Shane?
A beer connoisseur? A beer lover?
I guess that's what it is.
Craft
beers. Yeah.
Craft beer enthusiast.
Beer is definitely my go-to alcohol. I think I drink too fast to do any mixed drinks. So beer's a good start. I like everything except for IPAs, and Shane's already scolded me on that, but I don't know. I used to like them, and then my taste changed, and now they're just too dry and they scratch my throat too much. But I'll try just about any beer. I like lighter beers. I like fruity beers. Oh shoot, what's
Joe's outing you here?
Fair Steel Reserve. That was only when I was unemployed for a month.
So
high alcohol.
Funny enough, the guy that doesn't drink at all over here, we go golfing I think it was last year. And he shows up and he's like, "Oh, I grabbed some beers for golf." And I was like, "Okay." The first thing he grabs is like a grape Steel Reserve, like the not even like a tall boy, like the ultra, the Four Locos, the biggest tall boy you can. I'm like, what are you even getting there?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, all right, so again,
was it a grab bag? Why would you choose that?
Oh no, that's just my thing. I didn't try. I'd never actually had one till that day, and I was gonna get some drinks. It was like right in the morning. Nothing improved my golf game.
He don't let him fool you. He's pretty decent. He's the only guy I know that can hit 275 off the deck with his driver. So this is 5.8 ABV, 30 IBUs. This is just a traditional red ale. Everybody, you want to give her a little try, and we'll talk about it, see what we think.
Ooh.
So you've had some ambers, which is right up this kind of alley. What are you thinking?
$4.5.
Really?
It's kind of it's one of the better ones because it's bitter, but there's a little bitter on the back end.
Okay. You want to hear your how your scale works compared to everybody else on the planet?
I'll explain it again. So anything below a 5, this is probably the only time I'm ever going to drink it. Anything 6 to 7, if it's there, I'm going to consider it. And then 7 to 10 is, I would probably drink it again. So, this is probably just not for me.
It's got a really nice amber color to it when you put some light to it. Comes in, it doesn't have a big strong head on it. Probably like a 1.5 finger tall, like tan head on it. Big malty though. I was kind of surprised at how malty it really was. But I think it's pretty decent for like a traditional red ale. I think it's pretty decent. It's right in that like brown ale kind of family, like not too far off. It's not quite an amber, but it's good. Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I'm liking it. You're right about being malty. There's a nice cream at the end. I could probably sit and drink about 4 or 5 of these in a row.
There you go. Yeah, no, I
guess that's kind of how I judge the beer,
probably,
is like how long I could drink the same amount in one sitting.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna right now. One of these other ones we got coming up is gonna be a small number, but not because it's badness, but this is pretty good. I probably put a 7.8 something on that. That ain't bad at all. Mine is like a pretty number. Anything above, anything below a 5, I pour out. Anything above that, yeah, out of 10. Yep. So,
yeah, I'd be there at a 7 or 8. 7, yeah.
There you go. Very cool. All right. Well, we'll definitely dive in more questions on you, but we'll get to like the bulk of the podcast, and you can just.
You had some sports stuff, right?
Yep, yeah. I do a little bit. So, the first thing is the giant a grin that has been nothing but talked about since it happened, and calls and this and that, and but Kansas City still pulled out a Super Bowl win. It'd be the 3rd trip to the Super Bowl for Patrick Mahomes in 5 years.
Yeah,
it was not a bad win. I think both teams really played their asses off. But it's hard to stop Mahomes and Kelsey once they start cruising. It's just one of those things that just like, if they're close, I don't think there's a team on the planet that can stop them. Now, you take Kelsey out of the equation, there's no way that game would have happened. But it
doesn't make sense to me, though. Like, don't get me wrong. Kelsey's a very athletic tight end, but he's still a big, kind of slow guy compared to Eric.
But he pulls the
he just gets open, and like everyone knew that Mahomes and Kelsey, that's a hookup thing. He would throw it to him, and there's no one within 10 yards, and like didn't make any. It's like, okay, well, I'll take it. I mean, I
think that Kelsey's footwork leads tremendously, because he can lead somebody 4 or 5 yards and then cut, and then that's where he gets those things where nobody's around him. But he pulls double coverage and gets open. That's the most bananas thing of the whole deal. And he doesn't do it, like you said, he doesn't do it any means, He just, at this point, teams leaving him open. If I was a coach, I would just be like whipping dudes on the sidelines. Like, how do you blow that coverage? But
I think
everybody had pretty good.
He's only open because everyone thinks he's going to drop the ball. That guy's he's too big and goofy. But then he comes down with it. I've heard a lot too that apparently the way he runs his routes are one of a kind. I don't know how you can make it different or what's so special about that, but yeah, like you said, it works, and he's open even though he's double teamed, and it's a bunch of BS, but that's okay.
Covers their eyes.
Yeah. And attention for all the attention being on, is it Jeremy? I'm thinking, right? Jeremy Kelsey, or his brother, right? Is his brother's Jeremy, right? Isn't that his name? Jason. There we go. Jason. I knew it was a J. I just couldn't think of it. For all the attention being on him about not allowing any sacks from him personally all through the season or whatever, and then our O-line show up and completely shut the Eagles down and not allow a sack, and like they were like 4 rushes maybe or something like that. It was ludicrous how much that O-line like stepped up, and like I was like, this isn't a Kansas City O-line. It's not the same, but through the roof, I thought.
Couldn't agree more. I thought for sure we would have sacked Mahomes like 3 or 4 times in that game, and we didn't even touch him until he started scrambling. So yeah, and on my little show last week, I had to commend them for that too, because I was jaw dropped for how well they played.
There's these analysts and stuff like that, like keep a sense of reality about this whole situation and about how good he really is and whatever, and like him down. And so you have ESPN that like pretty much jizz when he comes, when he does anything anymore, because like they're like, you don't understand how out of the box this stuff is that he's doing. Like, you don't understand these numbers that he's hitting and stuff like that. This is stuff that dudes 10, 15 years in the league don't do, and he's doing it in the first 6 years in the league or whatever. Right. It's just one of those things, like how much does he have to do to like shut people up, I guess, is like
he's honestly he just plays like he's in the backyard with his friends, and it works when you're in the backyard with the friends. It shouldn't work in the pros, but it does for him.
But it so does. Just
it makes it work.
But I don't want to take anything away from Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is an amazing quarterback. He really stepped up this year. He's done really, really well. He had great numbers all through the year and stuff like that. Like you guys went undefeated through the regular season. Like there was no reason at all that shouldn't have been like a walk-away victory. And they want to say that, certain things about being soft, but they said the same thing about us. They said, our schedule was soft, blah, 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 blah. It's one of those things where you guys on your division, you guys had the same thing. You had a bunch of moves in the and then stuff like that in preseason of you getting new guys and everything for teams, and like, the Broncos were going to be great and the Raiders were great because of Adams, and the season comes and answer cards, and then like, Russell Wilson fucking washed up. Okay. And then Adam, great, you can throw him the ball, but you can't throw him the ball, like Derek, great quarterback, but he wasn't, the pocket did nothing, collapse or die. Like if we put him in, there's all these teams. So he's a free agent. I did stuff written down. He's a free agent. Is going to be probably not sitting with Green Bay. I see a bunch of big moves, but how much is that really going to change? They're pretty much saying Tampa Bay is like a spot for him because he's a similar style quarterback that Brews is and stuff like that. But like, the Jets. I don't know that the Jets even have any offensive line that I know of, because every quarterback that they've had has just been demolished. Zach Taylor, everybody like just been tore up, and I don't know.
That is interesting. The Jets did start doing some good stuff this year too. But yeah, was it just a quarterback? I don't know. So that's gonna be really interesting to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a young guy, and he was doing. I felt like he was doing good. Yeah. The only other thing I got on sports at all is the XFL started like the week after Super Bowl. The Rock came out and made this big announcement, stuff like that. Guys, either one of you catch one of the XFL games at all?
I've seen I haven't watched the game.
Yet?
Just the highlights that make it to Facebook feeds and.
Oh, there you go. So the gameplay is not messed with. The biggest thing that with their review stuff is all open mic. You get to hear what they're doing. You get to talk. Like the NFL needs to adapt their review style over to the NFL, and it would change the game drastically.
That
because
would be.
They talk about
I
it.
didn't hear about that. That would be
on
awesome.
my fantasy this week. Now he's on my fantasy. We're gonna have to 10-yard this one.
It's like that commercial from a couple of years ago.
So they can hear in the stands, like what the referee's saying, like, oh well, he has 2 feet in clearly, but he doesn't have
100%.
control. My God,
when they do
the fans just erupt?
It kind of at the same time, like at least you get to hear and see what he's looking at. So what it does is when you have a review like that, it cuts you to like the booth. It'll cut you to like the review booth. And there's a guy in the review booth that just goes through all the different angles and stuff like that and talks about, no, I don't want that angle. I want this other angle. All we're trying to determine is whether he had possession when that knee touched or whatever. But
Yeah.
if you broke that down in else and stuff like that, then I feel like people would be maybe not happy, but a lot more complacent about the call called against their team, because at least he's not like, oh, what the hell, blah blah blah.
Yeah. No, it gives
Down,
them
yada, go
clarity
to the
and
booth
closure for understanding why
they
they
go,
chose to.
in him. Yep, 100%. Rapid Dave, guys, hey, Rapid Dave is joining from Strikeoutbeer out of Texas.
One
Hopping in
thing
here.
that I heard
nice.
is an idea from the LML. Anyhow, I think honestly, I'd probably watch it over the Super Bowl at that. But you take the worst NFL team and play them against the best.
That's how soccer is. That's how Premier League works. So Premier League in overseas, the Premier Soccer League, that's the worst team in the Premier League gets dropped, and best team in the Premier League gets promoted up. So if you win your season out and you win your championship, then you go up to the big leagues. So it'd be like, XFL or
but play them against each other. Winner either stays in or goes.
100%. That's what it would. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that
would be awesome.
baseball should do the thing. How many years have there been just garbage Twins teams, or God? How many years did the Rockies lose consecutively over and over and over? You know what I mean? It would be, okay, the best minor. Here's the kicker. Are you going to say Crows versus Joe situation happen where you realize that they're minor league for a reason and team is like major league for a reason, and they just blow them out?
Maybe
the Detroit Lions beat the whatever Sea Lion or the Sea Serpents or whatever 39-0 because they are in the NFL for a reason. Whatever. I don't know.
It'd still be a game I'd watch.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely 100% watch it. The other thing I like though is there was a quarterback I think he's 3-0 now. And he had an offer from the NFL to be a backup quarterback, and he turned it down.
Oh, I've seen that.
A quarterback in the XFL, not because of money. He obviously turned down a significant amount of money to come to the XFL, but he wanted to make memories and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm all about that. That's, you know what I mean? If you love the game or whatever, and that money isn't like what's ruling your life, obviously you want to be the best of the best. Kurt Warner was sure before he got drafted or he got NFL, and then he came in and won a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP and all kinds of stuff. Never know. Why not just I'm all for this the USFL. I'm all for the XFL. Number one, makes the football season super long, and I'm all about the football season being super long. That's, you know what I mean? The lull that comes in after the Super Bowl and after college football is done, where all you can watch is good ball.
Oh. Yeah, that's
or
rough,
the beginning of baseball season. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all about watching some girls volleyball, but that has nothing to do about wins and losses. So, I'm actually really excited. I'm tickets Central City, Nebraska, which is near us. We just built this big dome for our high school players and stuff like that. So there's a full court in there and everything like that. But it was made because they got a bunch of grants because it's like a FEMA shelter and all that stuff. But anyhow, we have the Nebraska girls volleyball team is going to come and play an exhibition game there. And I'm like, I'm all for it. I'm like, I'll get seats. I'm going to be front row.
Every single other person from Central City, Nebraska.
Every perv within 100 miles of here is coming there. I will come there. I will not shirt. I'll paint my whole body. No regrets.
They only seat 2,700.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Tickets can't be that much. I want to see this, and then Dan White just hopped in here, and then they are playing an outdoor game at Memorial Stadium against UNO.
Yeah,
also,
that one.
I'm all about that too.
Yeah,
I think
that was
that
just
is super
announced.
cool.
That'll be a pretty cool spectacle. I want to know if they're going to have.
Can you imagine
seating on the field
team in
too?
Memorial Stadium? Yeah.
90,000 fans watching volleyball in the middle? That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I'd definitely go to see that too. Tickets can't be outrageous for that. I'd go see that.
They better
I
not
know they're
be.
selling tickets early to season ticket holders and all that. So
They're honestly, as good as they're doing, their prices for tickets are going to. Obviously, our basketball team doesn't do a whole lot. They have been winning. I'm not going to say that they haven't been winning. They have been winning, but they still don't do much of anything. I see those volleyball ticket prices just going up. It's going to be.
yeah,
You're going to have to pay out what you pay to go see Husker football to go see Husker volleyball here pretty quick. They're not already doing it, so.
Yeah, those girls are good.
it's
They
made
deserve
no
it.
sense to me for the last 5 years.
They are. And then, so I went to, what game did I go to? The veterans game or whatever. You know, where they have all the veterans come out. That Husker game. It was against. It was a lot, but I don't remember. It was against Wisconsin or Arkansas. No, that ain't right. Who was it against? Anyhow, it was the veterans game. I went to that game this year, and they announced that the Skulls won their national championship too. No idea whatsoever. That was even that they were that good too, and it's like, then you feel bad for them because you're like, man, it's a national championship team, and nobody cares. Like, it's just like another thing. But if baseball won, no, probably. You know, it's a bum deal. All right. So let's get into this next up. So we got news stories. So with segment, what we do is we just talk about news stories and we just kind of shoot the shit afterwards. Kyle, you got one to start?
Yeah, I found one that I thought so. Ford, so we'll have driving cars coming up and all this big thing. It's the next big move, right? Self-driving cars. Ford has filed a patent for self-driving cars that repossess themselves.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
So you just be like going to the store and your car's just like, you know what? This just drives off back to the dealer.
You just walk out into your driveway and you're like,
your own car.
Right?
You have to unplug the battery.
You come out and you look at your best friend. Dude, where's your car at? I don't know. Dude, where's my car? Dude, where's your car at?
They did want to put some features in it, though, to give you warning. Like, hey, make your payment. Your windows don't work. Oh, we're going to make sure your air conditioner doesn't work now. And, get you, like, hey, make these payments. And
nothing screams, I need a 1974 LTD with a big block, like self-cars that repossess themselves.
If you're gonna give out warnings like that, could I say like, hey, can I skip this month's payment? If you make the radio not work, turn off the air conditioning.
You turn off.
Yeah.
What equals out to $375 for a car payment? What can you kill me?
Yeah,
they have cars right now. I can't remember which one that has like subscriptions for their heated seats. Like, we have heated seats, but you have to pay $15 a month to have them.
Essentially, that's what Teslas are. Teslas, you have to buy packages for certain things. Like, you have to buy packages for like the unlimited, super fill things or whatever. But I think that's giving. Go ahead.
Are you spending the money, or are you saving that money in the summertime when you don't need heated seats?
I don't think so. BMW started selling. It's $18 a month to have heated seats. They're in the car. They're equipped and they work. But to have them, you have to pay $18 a month to be able to turn them on.
So let me crack some reality. Do you want Netflix and Peacock Plus or Peacock, or do you want seats? Baby, you tell me what you want. You want to watch Yellowstone? Or do you want your ass warm when you sit in that car? What do you tell me which one? Because you're getting one or the other, not both.
Well, shoot, if I choose Peacock and Yellowstone, is my wife riding with me? Because she's gonna be like heated seats immediately. Like, you're not watching any more shows. What? Yeah,
it's gotta be either. There's going to be some really aggressive games of rock, paper, scissors coming out that household. You're just got to deal with.
I will be building cars in my garage before I get a car that requires me to make a subscription.
That's wild.
I'm just saying, I've seen lawnmowers go 65 miles an hour. We can figure this out.
Wow. Like, you never think.
All right.
Even if someone could think of doing that, like, I'm just, my mind's blown right now because people are gonna pay.
I feel like it was. Oh yeah, 100%.
That's wild.
I feel like it's another example of another entity. I'm not saying government or anything like that. Another entity overstepping. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, then you're going into essentially people's rights, or you know what I mean? But it's a product. It's
imagine like you have a warrant and your car just locks you in and drives you to the police station.
It's gonna be that way. We're not that far off from, like, no, I'm not saying Minority Report, but like right up there. Like, oh no,
you're $325 behind on your child support. You're going for a ride.
The car lets you speed, and then once when you sped, it alerts the police, and now you get mailed a ticket.
Oh yeah, that's 100%. Here we go. Yeah, instead of doing, I'll just with my company, our vehicles have GPS, and they will tell you if you accelerate too fast, you brake too fast, you turn too. You get alerts. If it hits a certain threshold, it'll send me as the supervisor. It'll send me an alert saying, "Hey, your vehicle accelerate too quickly," or whatever. I'm like, okay, what do you want me to tell them?
I like to cut them off to make sure they get those alerts.
It's crazy.
The good news for me about those subscription cars is I'm too poor to own one anyway, so I'll just stick with my 2010 minivan and we'll call it good.
There you go. Man works for traffic in, right? So you gotta take your income sources where you can get them.
How are your beers doing, boys? We ready for another one?
We sure can. We're at 48 minutes. We might as well. Let's go into Good Morning Beautiful. Let's go. The other one's going to be the last one. All right. So this next beer we're getting into is Belching Beer. Is Good Morning. It's a Deftones release. Obviously, I've gotten these a couple of different versions of these packs and stuff like that. Good Morning and Beautiful is a song off the third album. It's super awesome. This is a brown ale with notes of coconut, coffee, and maple. I'm telling Kyle right here that he's not a big brown ale guy, but I know you are a big brown ale guy. So I just see how this is. Joe's hopping there. Slam your beer ski, Joseph.
Say what?
I see beers key Joseph. There it is. It keeps.
Is he asking me to chug this thing? That's not going to happen. This smells thick as.
Actually, on this one. A lot.
Oh wow! It really that maple is. It's not quite that donut shop one. That donut shop.
I'm a little worried because I don't like coffee to start with. So.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's all kind of muted. It's nothing too over the top. I think it's really good though.
I mean, it should kind of just taste like coffee. Like I don't really. It's not bitter. It's not. It's really smooth. It's not bad.
Yep.
Now, as for what it is, I'll give it a 6.
Oh, that's not, I thought you were gonna take it.
It's really not that bad. I don't really care. I still the coffee, which is not my thing.
Yeah.
But as far as like the beer goes, it's not.
I think it's subtle.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Like it says which I agree with. That you can taste. There's a little bit of coconut. There's like a little bit of a dry mouth feel to it that kind of is synonymous with that coconut kind of flavor. And then you get that coffee.
I could see a lot of people would like that one. That's not bad at all.
The thing that would send it over the top is if they juiced up that maple just a little bit more. If they had a little bit more of that maple flavor coming over the top on that, I
was excited that they held back the maple.
Really?
Smelling it when you open the can, all I get is maple, but it's not that much there right now.
Yeah, no, on the nose it was a lot of maple. We had what was that donut from?
It was from Kansas.
Martin House, right?
Martin House, yes.
So we had like a donut shop one that tasted as close as you could ever get beer to a maple donut. It was just through the roof. It was super.
You know, I think I still got them at the house.
Really?
Yeah.
I had one, and then I reviewed it or something, and then now it's gone. But okay, so Joe hopped in here and said, "One drink, everybody knows the rules." And then Kyle's brother says Kyle hates coconut.
I do. I hate coconut.
Okay, well that's fair.
But there's no coconut.
There is not a whole lot. I think the only thing that I'm getting out of the coconut is like the dry mouthfeel at the end. Is all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody knows I like a wet mouth. You do get a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
You had a news story?
I do. I have a couple. So after 2,000 years of these archaeologists thinking that this device was a sewing tool because it was found with anything, they figured it out that it's actually a dildo. So they did a bunch of DNA research on it and figured out that this it looks very phallic in nature. It looks like it's like a wooden tool, has like a big broad end on it, and then it like slopes and narrows on the other side. And even like the lead archaeologist, Dr. Rob Coss, was saying, I have to confess, part of me thinks it's kind of self-evident that it's a penis. But for this whole time since they found it and discovered it, you know, it's probably been a couple hundred years or whatever it is, they've thought this device, because it was found with other linens and stuff in the Roman Empire, some digs and stuff like that, they assumed that it was a sewing in nature. But
they found it with other linens or like tissues.
The linens were preserved amazingly.
Right. They were standing straight up with a sign that says "Get out of my room, Mom."
Yeah. Stay out. Mom, knock first.
To be fair, though,
I think I've seen the same article you're talking about.
Just misused,
and it is straight up like, well, no, duh. But history.
Use whale blubber.
It's like it's smooth. I mean, it really couldn't be a whole lot else. My opinion, they were thinking it was for like stitching up blankets and stuff, but there was like no blankets.
Probably
necessarily.
tenderizing the meat.
It's tenderizing something. Oh man,
They shot a lot of animals back then. And...
Well, I'm gonna assume it's just like it's just like
could have been a war weapon, a little club.
Yeah. Well, it was
a rattler.
It could have been very, very much so fish shaped if they would have just done a little extra carving on it. It was very, very.
It was a bong.
It was very, very phallic in nature.
Or do you think was it questionable to the Greeks too? Like the husband walks in, what's this for? Oh no, that's just for sewing, honey. Don't worry about that. Fooled everyone.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Pegging was a thing back in the Roman Empire. No big deal. Oh yeah, you're gonna have me take care of the kids all day? Let me show you. Oh man. All right, go ahead. Another story over there.
And Brian, we are, but when horny gnome bar got 1,000 followers over there. So a guy broke into a factory, in their semi truck, backed it up to a trailer, 30,000 pounds of bears, the chocolate eggs. It's a thing. So,
did you say
I mean, I like them too.
It doesn't say.
I don't know that much, but
yeah. He got caught before he got home, but it doesn't say what he was planning. Like, was he just going to sit there and just eat 30,000 pounds of chocolate? Was he going to try to trench coat it and sell them on the corner? Like, it doesn't tell me what he was going to do with 30,000 pounds of chocolate.
What was it? Willy Wonka himself?
Oh man,
he repoed the eggs back.
Where was it at?
UK.
He was going to put his own cream in those eggs. He
was going to make a giant sculpture.
Yeah, giant egg sculpture
of a linen.
yeah, right. Like I'm making a big chocolate linen tool for sewing. For sewing, honey. That's right. That's right. Mom told me you're not supposed to bother me when I'm cleaning my room.
Oh,
all right, are you ready?
Yeah,
okay,
ready.
So mine is a local story. I talked about this to you that I didn't want to bring it up, and you're gonna know instantly why I don't bring it up. And you know what the story is, right? You know what the story is, right?
Local? I don't know.
Okay. So at the Omaha Zoo.
Oh yeah.
See, son of a bitch. So we'll fill you in later, Joe.
Okay.
But a cheetah escaped out of its enclosure at the Omaha Zoo this week.
That was just today, right?
They still have. It was a couple days ago.
Okay.
I want to say it was like 3 days. The thing that on it is they have no idea how it happened. So they can't prevent it because they don't know how it happened in the first place.
We're supposed to go to the zoo Saturday.
Like, you have a zoo with a deadly creature. No,
semi-threatening.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a cheetah?
I mean, it's going to outrun me in a race.
It's a cheetah. And it got out of its enclosure. So we've all been to the zoo. Right? All three of us have. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, little gazelles. Little 40-pounders.
Probably eat a moose whole. Anyhow, these it's in one of those like stone enclosures where it's like they're big like rock formation or whatever, and then they can like go inside the rock formation from my understanding or whatever. But somehow it got between that and the outside fence. So there's like an inside fence and an outside fence. It got over the first set of whatever and the outside fence. These are creatures that are like 20 feet in the air. I'm sorry, but get this under control.
I'm going to tell you how he did it.
Okay, let's. Okay, you got it.
Have you been to Hindered or the zoo lately?
Yeah.
The tree.
Oh.
The trees are like a tree, and I don't know if they knew that it could probably get as far on the branch as it could, but it's the only logical way is he had to get in that tree and then just launch himself.
So Joe hops in here and says that his ex was a cheetah. Nice.
Can you imagine the guy who found out in the morning, like, I'm gonna go unlock, I gotta go get this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start, feeding the feeding the ducks.
Oh no!
Cheetah just walks across the path. Like,
he just walks in. He goes, "Whoops!
This isn't where I parked my car."
Oh man! Oh, Brian says, "Did he see it? Who see it? The cheetah? Yeah, he saw himself leaving the. Oh, he says Kyle lives in the zoo. He says that would explain what he was thinking about. I just think it's bananas. I think that zoos like purpose built for that.
I don't know. I got child gates in my house that my kids get over and don't make sense to me either.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna argue that point, I guess, but. And like we have gates at our house, and the dogs jump over and everything else too. But like,
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Well, so, okay, there was we had controversy a couple years ago too.
Time?
It's only happened once. It happened like 3 days ago.
But they can't figure out why.
No, so I think that they have particular cheetah under like in a like caged in facility now or whatever until they like, oh yeah, there's the chink in the armor, or whatever.
Okay,
like you think they have cameras?
I'm still good to go Saturday and not worry about getting attacked by a cheetah.
According to Kyle, you can just choke the damn thing out with your hands.
Older. Get a new rug.
I could do it.
I got a story for you after the.
We'll have the kids there. I don't want to do
that
in front of the kids, and sounds like all the paperwork.
What are you going to use as bait?
Yeah, you have to use the kids as bait. It's the only way that they come out.
Yeah, Mary, stand right here, and then Daddy's going to pull the string when it's time.
The oldest trick in the book.
I'm just saying.
They've been using it since the,
since Looney Tunes, right? Since Looney
sewing
Tunes.
Tools.
Just pulling. You could be the only guy in Lincoln to have a cheetah skin rug if you play your cards right when you go to the zoo this week.
That would be dope. They
will probably
like cheetah print fabrics too, so yeah, it would fit right in with my my pajamas.
We could probably get a print on that.
There you go. Oh, Brian, probably run it over with this red car, he says. Brian says.
I have ran over a lot of things with that red car.
A cheetah's not one of them. Yes. A cheetah would wreck that car. Okay, that's what I got for news stories. What do you got now? You got
the question.
Oh, I got facts. So we're gonna talk a little bit to you about some weddings and you as a wedding DJ. So my facts that I chose for this week are wedding facts. Crazy wedding.
I like that.
That's what I picked. Okay.
I might have to repeat some, just because I think I'm getting a weird lag on my side, but fire away.
Oh, okay. And so this is a double-edged sword here. Right? So I'm asking you because weddings, and we have a wedding coming up this year that has we got about
Do you remember the
planned,
date?
and it's only a few months away. But I do. It's the 12th. So let's go through. I got 3 of them. I got 3 big ones. I appreciate that when I asked you earlier today. So the first one is the largest wedding ever was a Jewish wedding held in Jerusalem, 1903. Guess the number of attendees.
1903.
Yeah,
That's the year?
No. 1993.
Oh, 93.
It was in the 90s.
In Jerusalem.
Right?
So let's say 20,000.
Was it a celebrity couple?
You say 20K? What do you got? No.
Jewish.
Just Jewish.
But this is like a
93.
record-setting number?
Yes. Absolutely. Keep in mind, we're jamming to the thong, or
Or you say Cisco's thong song?
Go, and
Boys.
that's another 10 years on that. It's 10 years on that one. What do you think?
I'm let's say 5,000 people.
Over 30,000 total.
Over 30?
You think you got enough equipment to DJ do you think you got enough equipment to DJ a 30,000 person wedding?
I'm gonna need a couple more speakers.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they're all located.
No. Oh my god. That's got to
fed
be in
every
a
one of them.
whole.
It's Jerusalem. All they have to feed them is bread and water. As long as you turn it to wine, they're good to go.
I've done a lot of weddings,
It's a
but I
big
still
wedding.
haven't seen that trick. I think
started
that's
thinking
a
it was probably more.
one-time gig. But they usually have a good,
right?
good
It's like,
bar,
oh,
so.
hey, I can only turn invisible if you're not watching me.
30,000 people. That's
all right,
insane.
so that's huge, especially
it
for
last,
Jerusalem.
like, 3
I
days?
would assume
they didn't send that many invites out, though. So at what point did they start getting mad? Like, who are all these people? Who invited who?
Our caterer was only here for 5,000 people. What are we supposed to do?
That's crazy.
Fiddler on the roof.
Yeah, no, you feed them fish and bread. That's what you.
Will your wedding be matching that, or what's the guest list looking like?
30K. 30K is on the number. 30K is on the low number.
It's going to be a virtual wedding.
It's going to be over Teams. The most expensive wedding ever held, and I'm going to give you some clues into this. Okay.
Okay.
You can't even get that in the.
Wait, I didn't hear it.
Okay, it was held purpose-built stadium in Dubai for a sheik's. How much did the wedding cost?
It had
Oh
to
my
be.
god! Is it over
It had to be
500 million?
No. It's less than that,
Okay.
but it's still a ludicrous number.
Is it over $1 million?
Yes.
Easily, right?
I'm going to stick with my 30. I'm going to stick with 30.
13 million.
You got a chic in Dubai. Yeah, I'm going to stick with mine.
$22 million.
Oh, man.
What did he guess?
30. He guessed 30.
30. Damn.
So,
Man,
My
I would
daughter,
have,
I assume.
yeah. Well, no, it was the sheik's son. So it wasn't
Oh, the
even his
son.
daughter. They got
Oh
married.
my God.
Yeah. So, but
I'm giving all my goats.
so I want to chime
What?
in on this though, because the
His
reason
first
why
wedding?
I think that this real, yeah, his first, yeah, for the harem, right?
Yeah.
The thing that I want to express here though is I read this article that talks about how like we think that we know what wealth really is or whatever,
Oh
with the
God.
Warren Buffetts and like the Steve Jobs and stuff like that. If they are arguably the top 20, in top 20 richest people in the world thing or whatever, right? But if you were to take into consideration just people living in gym, they wouldn't even be the top 100 rich people in the world. Like,
That's
and this is,
wild.
I'm talking Steve Jobs. I'm talking like, because they're talking
I'm
about
moving to Dubai.
they're talking about all how they have the rich people, like obviously in Dubai, but the more rich people in Dubai, like people that like really call the shots in Dubai and stuff like that, have legacy wealth that you can't even put into numbers. Like when we think of big wealth in like the United States, like the Rockefellers and stuff like that, right? Which the Rockefellers really don't have like a number you can put on stuff because they're be across this point and whatever, probably in the on billions of dollars kind of range or whatever. They're talking there is at least 5 to 10 guys that live in Dubai alone that touch on trillions of dollars that their family had, and ancestors because of it was gold before and then it's turned into today or whatever. To where they're build skyscrapers that don't even blink an eye at, $300 or $400 million to build something they don't even care, like nothing to them.
Yeah.
One of those things where, like, it just kind of humbles you to like think about like that'd be good.
Well,
$1,000.
I'm trying
like,
to build. I'm trying to build my
just,
old family money too. So my kids, they'll have a good, $300 or so to start with.
Yep. Okay, and last one, not too crazy here, but the longest train was guess how long it was.
Hang on, it was cutting out. You said the longest wedding
The longest
celebration.
wedding dress train.
Oh, okay.
Wedding dress train.
Okay.
Is it
I
in
think
feet
I
or
think I
yards?
did hear about
Feet.
this one.
It is-
Was
it
this
is
also
imperial.
like mid-90s?
Yeah, yep. I think so. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
shoot.
like 150 feet.
Okay. What do you got, Joe?
250 feet? Dang, that's long. No, I'll
150.
We're doing a sports theme here. I'm going to say 100 yards. I know that's a lot longer than 250, but it seems like a
So you're
reasonable-
talking 300 feet, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the total: 515 feet.
Woo,
Wow.
almost 2
What was
fields.
Yeah, that's
what
long.
was
Why?
the
You have to get a
What was the record before
running
that?
stall.
Yeah. I have no idea.
right?
But
She only
I
did it
think
to
that
beat
they
the
crushed
record,
it.
right? It has to be.
Probably 20 yards.
We had nothing. Yeah. 515 feet. At that point, you're peacocking. You're just there's no
Was it the Dubai wedding?
Brian says 57 meters. Yeah, right. It would be of all places, honestly. So
Italy.
I don't know. It was David Hasselhoff and some chick wearing a 515-foot train.
So does it come off her head and then like tie her to her belt and so she can actually walk? That's
I would assume that there was just like 200 people behind her just carrying, vast
the
amounts
flag,
of
you
train.
know, for the that covers the football field. Everyone pulling their weight on that.
Oh yeah. Everybody just grabs a little bit. Yeah. I think it's more like Chinese New Year's, where like there's just like a real human centipede underneath the dress, and it just goes for 500.
They're doing the dance. that would be fun. Oh my god! All right. So I have 2 daughters. I'm gonna push that when they're getting married.
for a super long train.
We're gonna beat this.
No. It doesn't have to be super long, but I just want the dancers underneath, like walking around like it is a big snake. All right, like, I'm in.
Get casting dress is what says that. Oh man. So that leads me into my wedding related question. What is the most bananas thing you've ever seen at a wedding? Be apparel wise or whatever. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen at a wedding?
Okay. Dang. I wish I would have. I do get questions like this a lot, like what's the craziest thing you've seen? There's just a whole bunch of little things that, you know, happen all the time. And it's just like groomsmen topless dancing on the table, like not too crazy. I've seen the entrance coming in, the girl tries to jump off the guy's back and land, I guess, but totally biffed it. The one story that probably sticks out the most is I was early on wedding DJing. A groom left to get a pack of cigarettes halfway through the reception, and we don't hear from him until about 30 minutes before it's over. So he was gone for probably like 2.5 hours. Everyone's trying to distract the bride enough so that she didn't figure it out. But they started getting worried, like, was he in an accident? Was he getting cold feet? Finally, he comes back in. She's just yelling at him. I still got like music going. No one's really dancing or partying at all. They go onto the center of the dance floor. She's just still yelling, like, why the heck did you leave? We're married now, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that was a good cigarette. It's like, for 2.5 hours? No. So I like slowly played their love songs that they had requested and got them back and slow dancing again. She said, thank you, you know, and but I don't remember who these people were. But I hope I saved their marriage that night.
Jesus.
Where was he though?
Yeah, I don't know. No idea. He's stuck to the plan that he went to get cigarettes.
Were all the bridesmaids there?
Yeah. Oh, as far as I knew, yeah.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. I don't know, man. That's wild. I've been to weddings where like bridesmaids have been missing, but you can kind of count on. It's not a big deal. But the groom is a whole different shebang.
Himself. Yeah. I've done some other really fun weddings. Oh,
even if go ahead.
I do got another really fun tradition. They call it the sangria wine dance. And this was really fun. The poor guy was just taking a dump. That's funny. But this, I don't know if this will ever come back after COVID, but you start off, everyone gets in a big circle, and I play whatever song, but then they have big jugs of wine that you pass to someone. They go in the middle, they do a little dance, they drink the wine, and they go over here, pass it to someone else in the circle. They come in and replace their spot. So it's just a whole lot of fun. Everyone's celebrating, drinking down the good stuff. And I've done it twice in Iowa, twice in Lincoln. But yeah, we'll see if it comes back after COVID, because it's definitely you're going to be passing around some saliva. That's a little touchy now.
Okay, so I got a beat for my wedding. I think we should do the same thing, but we'll use my homemade apple pie moonshine as the let's go. We're going hard at it is what's happening. It's gonna be a whole.
We're all gonna disappear for 2.5 hours.
That would work. And then the moonshine kills all diseases and germs. So yeah, it was perfect.
It's science.
It's science.
Oh man. No, I definitely I'm pretty stoked for our wedding. We I don't know, six or seven groomsmen and bridesmaids on both sides. But I have 4 beer guys. So like instead of like whatever, like how you've seen, instead of flower girls or whatever, I have 4 beer guys. And so we have, I told them during the wedding, we got to be a little PG, and they got to wear, what the wife wants them to wear and all that jazz. But I told them that their penance, penance, it's not, there's no T, penance for that whole thing, that they like the turnaround of that is the reward for dealing with all of that is they just going to go ham at the reception. So they will get to wear whatever they want idled for the reception. And I have some like really mess friends. So I'm expecting cowboy boots and Speedos and mullets. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time.
Just the fanny pack.
Just the fan. Yes, absolutely. So I know that like will be short and sweet. It'll be short and sweet in the ceremony part of it, and it will be maybe the last time I'm allowed in Hordeville, Nebraska, and the end of it. So I'm excited. It's gonna be we're kind of a rowdy bunch anyhow, so it's gonna be pretty great. So I'm excited. Anyhow, we're really traveling right along. We're at an hour 22. Let's go into your questions. I got 2 would you rathers. What do you got?
I just have one. The first one's kind of silly, doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a good topic.
Okay.
If drafts wore neckties, would they wear it where the head meets the neck, or where the neck meets the
body? So so visually it is right
up here.
No, down by the base, so you can see the bow tie. I think you would lose it if it's up in the clouds.
Well, hang on. Did you say it was a bow tie or necktie? Because clearly the necktie would be on the shoulders, but I think a giraffe would wear the bow tie right under his chin.
Yeah, he's kind of got a little bit of a point there.
I don't know. I think it would both go on from the neck to the body.
Just a
I'm sick with bow tie
go all the way down.
No, not from there.
And just one really long necktie all the way down his neck. How long does it take for a giraffe to
That's the only way to go if you're going up top.
I don't know. A long time is what it.
Okay, that was just a warm up one. Would you rather?
Okay, so I thought of these, and I will understand that the first part of it does not match the second part of it. But I feel like they make this neat little pairing that I'm okay with.
Okay.
Every time you stop for the rest of your life, every time you're driving, every light you hit is a red light. Or for the rest of your life, forever.
Whatever the next one is, that'll drive me crazy.
Or you become a loaf of bread for 4 hours once a year. You don't get any warning that you turn into bread.
It just happens.
It can happen at any time. And nobody necessarily knows, so you have the ability to be eaten at any time as well.
Okay, and then like when I'm done being a loaf of bread, do I just come out as like a foot coming out of someone's backhand?
No. When you're done being bread, as long as they don't eat you entirely, you just come back with like a nipple missing or whatever.
But if
I don't
they
know.
eat you, you die. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, if they eat you all the way, yeah, I would assume you would die. Yeah, your essence would be gone.
So,
it would be somebody's shit. Really, I mean, if we're gonna.
I'd start avoiding parks. Way too many birds.
I'd have to go with the stoplights. My kids eat bread plain.
Start hanging out with a lot of.
I will drive around a city if I know that I'm gonna hit a bunch of red lights. I will drive.
I already hit every red light. I don't have to change anything for me.
That's it. Can I turn into a loaf of bread at every red light?
It's a tough question. No. You just and like there's a lot of things that go into it, right? So so are you gonna have a companion that keeps an eye on you if you happen to bread? They like try to keep you safe for 24 hours.
A moldy,
or the alternative is you just stop driving, right?
Wake up
because you don't drive, you're not going to hit any lights.
Someone else has to drive because I'll hit every red light.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd have to leave your house like an hour ahead of time.
Oh yeah, for sure. At least.
I mean, not in my area.
I mean, you're okay.
I'm rural enough. I run into like 3 lights a day on a busy day.
You have to go to Lincoln. You have to go to Omaha.
Oh yeah, those days would suck.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
Like, you need to come out here and meet me.
Can you imagine going down O and like hitting every number one? I've done it and it's hell on earth.
I'm gonna follow up tomorrow.
I couldn't imagine going
all the red lights or all the traffic lights I pass in a week and get back to
you. There you go. I want to hear about it.
I think I'm gonna lock in with the bread thing because that just might be fun at some point. If it's at a party, you got a great.
I mean, you could be.
Hi, I'm Joe Cruz. I'll be your DJ tonight.
Okay.
This is gonna be a really fun wedding.
DJ bread.
I'll just walk around dirty all the time just in case I turn into a loaf of bread. I want to leave this.
DJ bread. Joe's hopping in here with, would you rather drink a half a bottle of chew juice or jerk off with ice hot? Holy shit. Hot. No. Fuck you. That's my hard F for the night. There is absolutely no way. You know this? Okay. I have a story that goes along with this, and I'm going to have to interject here. No. This is a great question, and I'll tell you how I know the answer is 100%. I will drink every bottle of chew juice within 70 miles of here. I used to train for triathlons. No. So I used to train triathlons back in the day. It obviously don't look like it now, but back when I was like 200 pounds and I would, go to the gym every day and stuff like that. I used to train for like indoor triathlons and stuff like that. One day I put in like 9.5 miles and then I put in a bunch of weight workout afterwards. My legs were on. So I was like, oh, no big deal. I'm just going to put some icy hot on the inside of my thighs and stuff like that. But I had boxers on that weren't anything. My legs were spread apart. Hell no. That shit just creeped right down. And then for a good hours, my balls were on fucking fire. It was the most excruciating pain I've ever gone through. I will never, ever sign up for anything like it again. I would rather you hit me with a baseball bat in the mouth than have to go through icy high ball
Wish you
again.
could turn into a loaf of bread instead, huh?
I would have taken. I showered. I washed with like Dawn dish soap because I felt like it would break the oils down and whatever. But at that point, it had all absorbed into my skin. It was so bad. It was
just walking around with a bowl of ice.
Oh my god! It was I wanted to dip my balls in milk. It was so bad. I didn't know what else to do. It was 100%. I will drink any chew juice from big like dude that hasn't brushed his teeth in 2 years. I don't care. I'll gladly swallow that than have to go through icy hot on my balls ever again.
Okay.
What about you, Joe? What's your answer?
I was gonna say, there you have it, kids. Don't stay away from the icy hot.
Oh man, it's so brutal.
Well,
okay, so you're doing a science project, okay?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to my science fair.
Oh man.
As much as
I'm telling you right now.
As much as you make as I want to vomit thinking of drinking someone's chew juice, I think you sold it for me. Yeah, stay away from the icy hot.
My 3 hours, I can handle that.
Oh, dude, it was rough. I tried to distract myself. I tried 900 things. And it was so bad. And it probably made it worse by trying to wash it off before I got the Dawn, because just like lathered it around more.
Yeah,
roommate
like
walks in.
Spicy food.
What are you doing, Steph?
Oh yikes! Oh, Brian says he did take icy hot. It sounds nice. Get out of here.
Here's my question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
So back to the science. You're going to work on a science project.
Okay.
Who would you want to be your partner? Would you want Jimmy Neutron, Phineas and Ferb, Rick Sanchez, Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, or Tony Stark?
As the lab partner? Tony Stark all day long.
I'm probably leaning Tony Stark too. Rick Sanchez would get us in trouble and leave and never even do the project. Dexter would take it too seriously. Phineas and Ferb, they might lead you in a good way, but it'd be unfinished. Jimmy Neutron could probably do a solid project for you, but I think Tony Stark, and they could maybe become a Spider-Man or something. So yeah.
So I definitely was going to go with Tony Stark too, but so Jimmy Neutron usually blows everything up first. Yeah, and I just kind of avoid that. Phineas and Ferb build it, but it always crashes down and destroys itself at the end and disappears. Yeah, and Rick Sanchez will just get us in trouble and blast it to another dimension. And then Dexter's sister's annoying, so.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think right? Was it Penny? Yeah.
That's
Dee
Dee. Oh, Dee Dee?
There you go. Yeah, Dee Dee. Laboratory. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, definitely. All of those people, they have average intelligence, and then Tony Stark has ridiculous. We're gonna go with that. All right, so this is one I just came up with, kind of like off the top of the dome, and I had a hard time thinking about it myself, so I felt like a great one. You either would you rather have to write words for the rest of your life, or have to solve a math problem before you pee every morning.
Did you say right words?
So like you wake up. Yeah. So every time you write words, you have to write it backwards. So you have to start with the letter. You have to write every word that you write out by hand has to be, or typing has to be in reverse.
How hard are these math questions?
I'm doing the math.
I'm talking like first grade.
We're talking. It would be formatted to units. So it would be it would be like a moderate math
Calculus.
question. It would be a. You get it. How about we'll start with third grade math for you, okay? It would be a moderately hard math question every morning to start off.
So if you don't answer it fast enough, the only other, like, you either pee your pants or you just go.
Yes.
I'll still take math.
You would
I think I'll take math too.
I think it would be hard.
I'll just stand in the bathtub while I'm trying to solve it.
I think you could teach yourself how to write stuff backwards. But I will say the last thing I'm doing is using my brain when I have to piss in the morning. Like at that point, I'm just like hoping that like my zombie skills kick in and I'm able to like fake my way through this and not.
So the worst part, some of the worst parts about my job, is that there's certain time with people and I don't necessarily have access to a bathroom.
Oh yeah, no, same with mine. Yeah.
And I'll be doing some of those things where you don't have to go at all. And then it's like, if I don't go right now, I'm going to piss my pants. It makes no sense how you go from that to that so fast. But it's, I've had a couple times where it's like, oh boy, I need to go find a tree or I'm going to go drive somewhere.
No, I agree. I just think that the last thing I'm doing at that point, I'm almost sure I could teach myself how to type stuff backwards. I don't know. I mean, it feels like a hard skill to learn, but like, there's no way there's any kind of like thinking or whatever that's happening at 6:35 in the morning as I have to go to piss. It's not happening.
Jeez, you guys have been talking about this too much. Math. Now I gotta go use the restroom. Do I gotta do a math problem first?
Yes, absolutely. Three hosts of a podcast and one leaves. That's if you need to run, we can fill time. If you want to run real quick, and that's a little bit. We only got a little bit left.
Fill time. I'll be right
back.
Little
taste of beer, and then. So we gotta shout out Joe Cruz for hopping in here and hanging out with us and stuff like that. We're in his while he helps us out.
Why don't you talk about the beer?
This last one, sure, we sure can. We'll talk about it before we crack it into it. Let's get the taster for us. Probably on both sides of the camera here. So this is from Founders Brewery. Founders is an East Coast brewery. I don't remember off the top of my head where they're, but this is called French Toast Bastard. It is a vanilla cinnamon maple bourbon barrel aged Scotch ale. They
just accidentally spill a bunch into one little.
So what they would do is they would take this base beer, which would be the French toast, probably, and then they take that and then they put it in bourbon barrels and Scotch, and then they put that together, and it just into the barrel, and then they pour it out and they put it in Scotch barrels, and then they go, and that's the whole of this. I'm gonna pour out a bunch. I have tried this thing twice. I'm not gonna pour out a bunch. You feel free to put however much you want to try. But it is 11.1%. It is very healthy on the ABV. It's nice and dark. You can't see through it. You can barely get light through it. It's definitely strong, and it's strong on the nose. It
is.
it doesn't taste or it doesn't smell anything else but 100% French toast. That's what it will syrup. It smells like pancakes or French toast or whatever it's right. Is that
butter?
on your end over there, Joe?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely.
And
you're
butter,
hitting on the
yes,
head,
butter, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's thick.
All right. So it really is. It's dark. It's thick. It's all right. Ready?
Yep.
All right. To the dome.
Cheers.
Ooh. That one's a strong one. What do you think,
Yeah,
Kyle?
that's strong. It's not bad. It's very strong. Definitely,
there's a lot going. There's a lot going on.
I think it's like definitely like a have one at a time type of thing.
I will be completely honest.
I would probably give it just a 4.9.
Oh, so this is the verge for you.
This is yeah.
Okay, Joe, you go ahead with yours.
Yeah, this is an interesting beer because it's kind of like, when would I drink this? Definitely like a dessert
like
beer.
It doesn't go down bad.
It's just strong. It is a, to say the least, overpowered beer.
Thanksgiving.
I don't hate it though.
Like, oh yeah, there you go.
It does have a lot of good flavors.
I'm kind of with you.
I'm feeling
It's like
very warm, like I'm drinking liquor or something. But yeah, I like it. I'll give it like a 6.5.
11%. Yeah, so I'm lower on this. The only reason I'm lower on this is because the more and more and more and more that I've drank craft beer and stuff like that, I have gotten further and further and further away from like the stout and porter side of things. And like the barrel aged stuff is just, in my opinion, it's too sweet for me. This is very sweet. It is like,
it's not bad. It's weird. As I said, it's a very unique. It'd be like a unique situation, circumstance where I would sit down and have one.
But you definitely get French toast out of it. You get maple syrup out of it. You get the malty notes from the stuff. You get the alcohol bite or so out of the barrel aged stout part of, or the barrel aged Scotch ale out of it. It just has a lot going on. Have you ever had Dragon's Milk? Have you ever tried stuff? I'm sure that they have it there at like Wine, Beer, and Spirits and stuff like that. Dragon's Milk is kind of like this too. They usually have like a bunch of stuff. It's usually barrel aged. They usually have like marshmallow and a couple other things, and it's just a lot going on. And it'd be for like to pull apart. And it's, sometimes it gets a little. I don't know.
It does make you think it's a different section of beer drinkers that look for over the top type of stuff to just a new genre of beer league. Because this is like something.
It's not a daily drinker. It's not in any way, shape, or form a daily drinker. It is robust, sweet, and it's on that dessert beer category, probably on that like over the top. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot of ingredients, kind of thing. Founders does a really good job. It's just, for me, it's just there's too much going on. It's too sweet.
I think under the right circumstances and the right time and the right mood, it would probably be over a 5. But I just right now, 4.9. No, I think it was bad. I didn't really have to think of it, to be honest.
It's
got
kind
a
of
lot
like,
going on. Joe, you kind of on the same.
If this is your thing, like this is a special occasion type of beer, like birthday celebration, maybe graduation or something. You pull out a few of these boys and just kick back, like it was a bourbon or a scotch or something. Like, but yeah, I mean, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I do think the 4-pack was like $18. So if you're not in love with beer like this, you're gonna be avoiding it anyway. So, but yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it.
There you go. Yeah.
Once in a while, you know. And
I think it's definitely like a dark horse, you know, one-off kind of thing. It's not bad at all.
Well,
I think the 11.1% also helps sell it because I'm feeling all warm in my chest.
Yeah, it really it's got
sleep good.
There's got some pack onto it. All right, so we've reached arguably our favorite segment of us. It's what grinds my gears. So all we do is we pick one thing.
Two.
Oh, you got two. We pick at least one thing. At least one thing that we are not a fan of. It's been pissing us off this week or whatever. I told you about it, so you can kind of think about it, and if you got something to contribute, something you want to talk about, we're gonna hash it out. But we'll just do like a round kind of choice. Kyle, we'll start with you.
I'm
We'll
good to go. I already know what pisses me off.
You both have kids or young ones running around or sort. It sounds like. You ever been to the Children's Museum?
Where at?
Anywhere.
Various ones, yes,
okay.
Sure.
Here's what bothers me. It costs me more money to go in than my kids, and there's not a dang thing there that I could even do but watch my kids.
You're walrus.
Right. Like, what are they charging me?
You can crawl through the prairie dog home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Start shoving all the other kids out of my way. Mine.
Almost 400 pounds of you trying to crawl through all the kids.
But there's nothing there for the adults to legitimately do other than watch their kids. It's like, why are you charging me? If that's the case, I'll just pay for my kid to go in. You watch them. I'll come back.
Yeah.
Almost the same way about zoos. Like, you're going to charge me to yell at my kids to not touch this animal or animal? Like, come on now. Like,
right?
You know.
But, like, the Children's Museum is obviously for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously for the kids. Just irritates me that I have to pay to get in.
Carney,
knowing full well that Carney's the same.
Carney, you have to pay, too? As an adult, you have to pay?
Yeah.
That's dumb as shit. I guess my kids are older at this point. Like, we have grandkids now that are little that I'm sure we're going to be gallivanting them around all these, you know, things or whatever. But, like, at this point, like, my youngest kid is 13 or whatever. We don't take them to that crap anymore. Now they have softball games and other crap that money from. So there you go.
Yeah, all right, what do you got?
I agree.
All right, so Mike,
going in last time before COVID when I took the kids to the Children's Museum. Yeah, it was like they're like $2 a piece, and then I'm $15, and it's like, holy crap. Yeah, that's expensive for a supervisor.
I'm not sitting in the I'm not sitting in the truck. I'm not playing in the ball pit.
Yeah,
money.
I mean, I was on the stage for the production of, you know, Romeo and Juliet with the sock puppets big time, but I didn't charge admission.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I heard you.
I was shopping upstairs.
Yeah. I heard you're getting your star on the Walk of Fame for that performance too. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, both parts. That's right.
Yeah, that's both. That's hard, right? That's gender swapping right there. Yeah. So my grinds my gears. Unfortunately, includes me as well, but I'm still gonna bitch about it. My bitch is time for people in all of these people, and I'm trying to keep away from the colorful language because I know that I tend to be one of them sometimes too, is they get these big returns from their kid and they just go out and they act like they're just so ghetto rich for like 2 months back to being, and I have no problem sitting here and throwing myself under the bus. I've been this guy too. I know that I've gone out and bought TVs and whatever, come income tax time or whatever. But instead of 9% of the people going out bills up for a better year the next year, whatever, no, they just go out and they buy $600 worth of kids eat through in a week, and they, or whatever, and they just go and they do all this essentially dumb shit. Usually, not, oh, well, I haven't gotten to go, whatever. And, it's one thing if you're buying a reliable vehicle for your family or whatever with that money, but like, that's not what they do. They go out and they like, oh, let's do bottle service in the bar, and we'll do this and do that, and like get a rich and go out and spend money on themselves and not spend money on their kids and stuff like that. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I've actually
already got mine back, and you know what my most exciting was? I got one of those like giant 10-packs of new underwear.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
10-pack,
the big one, right?
Look at this. You know what?
I'm Gucci.
I don't even know if we're on the same spectrum anymore. Well,
don't even need them.
Don't even need. I can't lie about that. I go through underwear. It's going out of business. I probably need 20 pairs.
Those kind of like spandexy ones or whatever, and
I do too.
They last. I mean, I
do too, but I'm a fat guy and I just wear.
I'm fat too, but I guess I don't walk as much.
I wear the balls out of them right away. Like
that icy hot burns through the fabric. So
that's what it is. It's been in there for years.
But I paid all my bills 2 months in ahead, so I'm 2 months ahead on all my bills and just keep up on them. So if I have a hard month, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I bought underwear and socks and some undershirt. Really excited.
You need to calm down.
I know.
You are getting. I think so. So last year
they were just all ones. They weren't like brand.
I don't
going
wear
through
those
buckle.
I think I use Reebok. All the new ones I buy are Reebok because they got the dick pouch. You know what? The best thing that they've done in the last 10 years for men across the board is of like the boxer briefs with the dick pouch. Game changer.
The problem, like
the cup, yeah,
briefs is.
Yeah,
but maybe it's just a bigger guy issue too. Is it doesn't go all the way up. I got half my crack hanging out because it doesn't go. It's like it says it's supposed to fit, and it fits the waist, but it doesn't go up high enough. So I got crack. So when I find a brand,
we're fat fucking dudes.
A brand
that happens.
Covers the plumber's crack. That's my brand. I stick with it.
I've always wanted to buy the Duluth ballroom. Like
I've had
or whatever
2 or 3 pairs I bought of Duluth.
Yeah, they don't last any longer.
I wasn't like I like my cheap water brand way more. They're way more comfortable.
So this is what they need to do. I think that I feel like that they have current products out there and they need to put them together. So they have Duluth ballroom jeans. They need ballroom boxers, and then they have Duluth fire hose jeans or whatever that are like indestructible material. So you make a pair of boxers with ballroom and that they're indestructible. They might not be a comfortable thing, but you will die with that same pair of boxers. I'm telling you right now.
Those are the boxers.
Duluth hit me up. I've got it.
Find it 1,000 years from now with their linen tool next to it.
I was gonna say those are the underwears you hope you're wearing when you can't figure out that math problem in the morning.
Oh man, they would soak it up and have room. That's what they would do. They're like a Depends boxer.
You know what's funny is
they're with you for the long run.
When I was younger, I high school, I thought of making the underwears like that to give you a little support, but I also had an upgrade would have been like the anti wedgie underwear, where maybe on the hips there's like 2 pieces of rope or string you pull to pull out a wedgie from your from your underwear. So if someone gave you a wedgie, you could get it out just discreetly, or if you have one just creeping up, you pull it out anyway. So maybe after the ball hammock, that could be the next best thing.
I feel like
there.
I can't say I ever suffered from like, it sounds like it was a really big pandemic, prior to like me, but
Epidemic, yeah.
but I don't think anyone ever gave me a wedgie in school.
I will attest to that. I did not either. And I didn't serve any either.
Yeah.
I also
What
feel like
about purple nurples?
we
or
were
taste
both
twisters?
the bigger guys.
My friends, yeah, not so much really,
never enemies.
But they thought like quicksand was gonna be a bigger problem than it is.
I'm telling you right now, my big become dull is the fact that they told me for years and years and years in school that like strangers would be offering you drugs on the corner, and it is my biggest fucking pet peeve that I have to call that motherfucker to come over to my house to give me drugs. It is in my like
where's
the biggest pain in my ass. This like you were supposed to be on this offering me this stuff, and here I am calling you at midnight.
This is
and
so hard.
You have a girlfriend over now. You have to.
Why were you offering this to me earlier?
Did you have a grind my gears?
Yeah. Right?
Do I?
All right, let's hear it, Joe.
This has been my go-to for the last like 6 years. If anyone asks me a pet peeve, so on my route home, and what made me think of it was all the damn traffic light situation talk earlier. Okay, Vine Street, we have 2 lanes back and forth, middle turning lane, like for residential. It pisses me off when the line from the traffic line from the stoplight is about 2 or 3 blocks long, and you have someone just driving straight up the middle lane, the designated turning lane, all the way up to the front of the line to turn left. And I know it shouldn't. I should just let it go.
Okay.
I should let it go.
Oh,
but they're passing like multiple intersections to get up to the turning lane. And
yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
That's what grinds my gears. Long line.
Today
That was you?
had the experience. So no. Today I had the same experience. So I was transporting vehicles from where my main office is to Schuyler, Nebraska. You have to cut through Columbus, Nebraska to get there. Okay. And they're doing road construction on both the eastbound lanes and westbound lanes. They're doing road
Columbus
construction.
has the most useless bypass ever. No one uses it.
I 100% agree with you. That being said, what was we were sitting there in line waiting because there was like a merge, merge in one lane to get through this short of it or whatever. And there was all these asshats, boom, boom, boom. There was just driving, and then they're sitting in the front of the waiting for somebody to like feel guilty enough to like let them in the front of nah, you get at the back of the bus and wait like the rest of us.
That's a whole nother,
especially because like I had
battle. And
I had three of them in line, and it's.
I have a friend who constantly posts the zipper merge when it comes to like road construction like that. So on a highway or interstate, if the lane ends, she says scientifically it's supposed to be this car goes, so that there's two lanes zippering instead of one lane going like all the way, because then people will come up here and try to get in. I don't think that's ever going to work. I think you get
if people have common sense.
Yeah.
If they would just all get over and then go the speed limit, what you get is you get one guy who's like, speed limit 50, I better play it safe. I better go 20 just to make sure. No, get in the lane, go 60, because you always know you got to go 10 over and just keep going.
Yeah.
If general population comments, we'd have a lot of problems solved. People wouldn't struggle roundabouts and like that. Like, roundabouts have colorful pictures on signs to tell you how to navigate them, and then they have painted signs on the fucking ground, but nobody looks at them and they're like, "Ooh, it's
Carney with the roundabouts, because I struggled with four-way stops, stops, and then they go put 2-lane roundabouts in. I'm like, good luck.
Oh man, yeah. It's the worst.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot faster.
Oh man, it just.
While we're on roundabouts, I might owe a guy an apology. Only because I left. I was driving home from my kid's basketball game, and we came to the roundabout. It was a big congestion. It was a whole thing. I stopped. He was in the roundabout, and I stopped, but he didn't think I was going to stop. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that, like, I crept right up to the line. But this dude in the roundabout, he stopped and was like, after you. And I'm like, oh, no. You have the right of way. You go first. And he tried to do the, and I'm like, I'll stay here all day, man. You got the right of way. Get the heck out of my way. Anyway. I'll apologize.
That's when you want a megaphone.
I probably made him nervous. My DJ van and all.
I know what you're talking about, because I've done that too. Like specifically, like little stops. Like, you come up at the same time, person on the right. Okay, like this isn't rocket science. You just first person there, person on the right. If you're gonna turn and this person's going straight, then the person who's not crossing the lane goes. Like, it is not rocket science. And
before you get a driver's license in the state of Nebraska, you read this nice little colorful fucking book with all these rules, the rules of the road.
I've never even read it.
Not even speaking with the rules of the road was talking about in the movie Dogma, but the rules of the road explicitly state what you need to do at intersections and when, like, coming up on other vehicles.
But I'm like him. Like, I would like, okay, I stop, but I start creeping because I'm like, we got to go, but I'm going to go right after you because this guy's coming. I can get out of his way fast. And I'm like creeping. And they're like, they stop because they're like, are you going? Like, no, I'm just waiting for you to go.
That's what you want a megaphone. Like, this isn't how this works. This isn't how any of this works.
I could not have a PA system on my car.
Let's go.
Because I would yell at so many people.
Oh, man.
Starting farmers who get on the highway and drive 5 miles, get on the back road, not the way.
Yeah.
Get it, Nebraska. I get it. But if you're going that far, get on the back road.
The problem you have is they pull out right in front of you every time with no BB.
They're waiting for you.
We've covered on multiple other shows.
No, I've sent Snapchats to this guy to show this guy going to turn out, and I'll have a semi pull out, and I have to slow down to 30 because he had to get out, and I'll show behind me. There's not a car for 5 miles. This guy just couldn't wait that extra 4 seconds. And it's all the time. The time.
With him, it's funny because, like, at this point, such like an inside, like, it's like, oh, somebody has been pulling in, or has been going 20 miles under this whole time. Oh, she's pulling in front of me. one fucking place that I wanted to eat food or whatever. He has the absolute worst luck. It's kind of the greatest thing ever, really.
I should get a dash game and do a series.
Yeah,
because I said like if I'm thinking like, man, Wendy's sounds good. I think I'll hit Wendy's when I get to town, and I will get behind someone for 3 miles. It's just doing the work like slow as possible, right in my way, won't get out of my way, and long and behold, they're like, I'm feeling Wendy's, and it's like there's no way they keep ending up in front of me.
I think you got something going on with you, man.
Something.
Yeah. You got some bad karma that's just working.
It was like every now and then I'd be like, oh, okay. But like I send you snaps. I'm like,
get the
every
dash
time.
cam,
I'll throw
then
like
you can
4
count the
blocks,
red lights you hit too.
know where it is.
You were the biggest con in a previous lifetime or something, and you're just, this is your pittance. You get your ass handed to you.
Like I said, like I could be supreme ruler because everyone think like, oh, he'll fix the world. No, I'm going to fix bad drivers, and there's going to be a lot less of them.
I've told you since episode 1, if the opportunity presented itself, super villain is where I'm going. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
That actually kind of leads into my last grind my gears.
Good. Let's go.
Last one.
Okay, we're at
I don't mind if I go to like a fast food restaurant and they're busy. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. Not a big deal. But if I'm waiting there and there's like 15 cars in front of me and we're just kind of all going, and then I finally get my food and I get cold fries.
Oh
like, how? You're so busy.
Fair.
Did you like pre-make them and just set them out while all these cars went through just waiting for me? Like, how would you not have warm fries?
So I heard this exact, almost verbatim complaint out of Tasha the other day too. Because so Tasha is lactose intolerant.
If I go there at like 2 p.m. and there's no one there, it's like, okay, I run that risk.
100% makes sense.
If I go there at lunch and there's 10 cars, I mean, it's super busy and cold fries, it's like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. First world problems. That's what that. that's first world problems. But all right.
This was an exceptionally long episode.
It really was. We haven't done a 2-hour episode in I don't know how long. It's been a minute. And you hated every second of it because you didn't want to be here tonight. So good luck on that.
It's not that I didn't want to do the podcast.
Was it me?
I drive.
Oh, no.
I drive everywhere for my job. I had to go to Omaha yesterday and back. Today I went to Norfolk, then to Kearney and back. And then I get home and I have to think about, oh, good. I get to drive a miles over full so that I can podcast. Like, I don't mind the podcast. It's the I get to get in my car and drive again.
I mean, my place is pretty awesome. I don't know what else to say. I drove 420 miles today too, or so, give or take, and I mean, I'm still here.
And then after this, you're gonna walk in there, get in your bed,
Oh, I'm not just gonna get in my bed. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do this fun little dance and everything, and then I'm knock and just whatever I can do to get.
Can we see a
can turn
preview
me
of the
down
dance?
and be turned on at the same time. Yeah, no. This was just the
bird of pair.
That's right. No, you just what you do is you go in and you just suggest things like, oh yeah, it's kind of warm. No, it's not warm. Let me warm it up for you. I will
Doesn't work.
100% to no, but it does for me, and but it's because she knows I'm just ridiculous, right?
Okay.
So and she's a different type of human being. I'm not put into it too much, but I can go in and I can say all the lines that all of my best friends want to say to their wives, but are too chicken shit to say, or like whatever, like, you know. So like I come aggressive with dumb shit, and then she just kind of like laughs and like lets me do whatever. So it's worked out really, really well for me so far.
You start
and I'm just
crazy,
continue to do
and then you can get to an even point. If you come in heavier, then
absolutely. Yeah, you come in talking about inviting neighbors over and all kinds of like weird.
I don't know how your significant others are. Like mine would be like, why don't you ever just wake me up, you know, and like that could just wake me up that way. To be so romantic. And I'm like, I have been married to you for almost 10 years. And I know that you think that sounds romantic and you think that's what you want. The second I wake you up, you're going to jab me in the eye with something. Don't lie to me. Okay. You're so full of it to think that's what I want. No, it's not.
I've heard that same thing too. Like, oh, well, just wait until the morning. Listen, I know you and you know me. There is nothing happening until the very last damn minute that we have before we have to get up to go and do our jobs and our responsibilities.
Just turn me down like a normal person.
There's no way you're gonna let me throw it down at 6:43 in the morning. It's not happening. That stuff isn't firing for you. It's firing for me, but it's just firing for me because I have to piss. Like there's no
and I got a whole math problem I gotta figure out first.
Have you ever seen this calculus problem? Because if not, I'm pissing in the hamper.
Got a calculator sitting in
I've
the toilet.
been solving for X for 15 goddamn minutes. My eyes are floating right now. Do talk to me.
Let's this up.
All right.
There we go.
All right. We're gonna call it. It's been a long episode. I want to thank Mitch Jones for helping us and hopping on this with us. This will not be the last time we'll probably see him. We'd love to have him on again. Go and check out all of his stuff. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
The big one, Instagram at American Role Model. Yes, not unlikely role models at American Role Model. And then yes, Wedding DJ at Neverturnitoff, Facebook, Instagram. Guys, I loved every minute of this. Thank you very much for having me on. It's been a blast, and of course, I would love to come back sometime. Oh, and I even put on my
absolutely
the one jersey I own for the sports tonight. So
there you go.
Thank
Honestly,
you very much.
I love. There's a couple of guys that are on that USA drinking team that are just absolutely ludicrous, and I watched a bunch of videos, guys. They put us to shame. That's a whole different human being that makes up that team. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're a lot younger too, so it's okay.
Yeah. There's something to that. If you ever make it this way and you come and at the Grand Island Kincaid, let me know. We'll meet up. We'll hang out, and then we'll just shoot for you be in person and living color with us next time. But I appreciate you for stopping in and hanging out with us. And then we're out here. So this has been Unlikely Role Models, episode 27. I've been Shane, a.k.a. the Horny Gnome.
Kyle, just Kyle.
And then this has been Mr. Joe Cruz. Thank you guys for tuning and hanging out. Shenanigans. We love you. We'll see you next week. Peace.